Hey guys, another video here. Before anything, I just wanted to run the map for you guys, show how my current build performs. It is a level 86 auto bomber with heralds. It's essentially the forum guide version, but I made a few tweaks here and there that I'll talk about after the map. Oh, whoops. That wasn't supposed to happen. Had to lower my volume, which means I have to take my hands off the keyboard, but anyway. Keep going with it. Oh my god, double bestiary mobs. These guys are so tanky. Oh my god. Oh, that's cool. What? Do you not have net Zigzag? I love Einhar, man. He's so good. Scouring. Not gonna do this in a good thing. I normally do them, but for the sake of the video, let's just run a quick map and talk about stuff. Right, so that's the map over. So for those of you who are just here for the gameplay, you can click off this video now. But just want to talk a little bit about build and how I feel about it. I'll link the path of building in the description below, and if I can be able to find the forum guide, I'll link that as well. But essentially, this is the forum guide version of the auto bomber, slightly different from the one that I played in 3.2. Was it 3.2? I don't remember. It was 3.2 or 3.3, which is a kind of, I was just following Keep Dog, so it was a much squishier version of this build. This build is slightly less squishy than the one that I played before. It has 3.1k, 1.1k. Yes, at level 86, it's not too bad. If you look at my tree here, there is still these life nodes, and you can grab these as well. If you really wanted to, you could potentially skimp out on these nodes a little bit and grab the life here. But this is the version I ended up with. And so yeah, I was this character. My League starter Frostblades, there's nothing wrong with it, and I still suggest it for a League starter, or if you're new to the game, just like a first character in general. It's very simple to gear, it's very fairly easy to play. It's not gonna face tank the entirety of the end game. Positioning does matter a little bit, but then that's kind of part of the learning experience, I guess. And yeah, but this build, I just wanted to see kind of what's the minimal level of budget and setup that's actually required for this kind of build, and this is basically what I ended up with. The gear you see here with the jewels and everything cost me about 570 chaos or something like that to buy it. The flasks, nothing too expensive here. You could probably get a Taste of Hate, and find Leech on your boot enchant or something and drop the Adzeries. That'll be way more expensive though, so I went with the Adzeries option. And Wise Oak, right now is giving me the last percent of cold. Also, my reses are really bad for the fire resistance, so I can get like a entire 12% more LE pen if my cold and lightning are higher than fire, but it's not because I'm bad at this video game. But anyway, so pretty similar to the build guide. The basic idea is you have Glacial Cascade in your cost breeze, which means every time my shield charge or cyclone or any melee skill that you decide to use crits, sorry about that, in D&D, it'll proc Glacial Cascade, and with Glacial Cascade's 10.5k per use is enough to clear trash mobs, and once it does clear the trash mobs, it procs the heralds. Herald of Ice is in here, Herald of Thunder is in here. As you can see, it's a 5 link, not a 6 link. The 6 link adds a little bit more damage, but that's about it. The build functions perfectly fine. I was clearing tier 9s and 10s earlier on when I had the maps, and the autobomber did good enough damage for that kind of map. I haven't really ventured too far into the red tier maps, but I can tell you the build is done normal at Zeri, and it's done one triple damage mod with Mob Life T11 Siege map, Deathless, so it was pretty good. And yeah, so other than that, Hatred goes in the Essence Worm. The idea here is, even though you're reserving more mana for everything outside of the Essence Worm and the Hatred, Hatred costs no mana, and because Herald of Thunder is in this chest, and Coming Calamity reads mana reservation of Herald skills are always 45%, so this doesn't actually affect the Herald of Thunder. The only thing it is affecting is Herald of Ice, and strangely enough, we run Clarity in this build, which comes on to my next point about the minimum required setup. Where is it? Okay, here's my Watcher's Eye. This one cost me about 50 chaos, and essentially -8 to total mana cost of skills are affected by Clarity is the only bit you need to take notice of. It needs to be at least -8, or better yet, -10. If it's -10, your shield charge costs 0 mana. If it's -8, your shield charge costs 2 mana, which is still fine. But yeah, you need to have that to sustain mana properly, otherwise it's very awkward because your only leech comes out of theories. Although I did put in the CWDT Warlord's Mark in here as well. It's not very reliable because you have Assassin's Mark, and you still want to have Assassin's Mark most of the time. It's just that sometimes when you're up against the one target, you want to get like a big leech hit in, and you can use Warlord's Mark for a little bit of extra reliable leech. Other than that, the rest of the gear is pretty bog standard. You want a horror helm. I was relatively lucky. I got a T1 cold res, which kind of fixes a little bit of my res issues, and 33 life is not the greatest, but I'll take it. And I crafted fire res, which I can actually get rid of, I think. Yeah, I can craft like a dual res. But anyway, yeah, that might solve my Wise Oak issue then. But anyway, other than that, the uniques are Zeals, Coming Calamity, Cost Breeze, which is really expensive right now because backwards to see it cost and crit build. So yeah, you can see it's 200 chaos right now. I bought it when it was about... Actually, this is a joke because I bought it at like 250 chaos. But anyway, you know, Essence Worm. And the belt slot's interesting. I decided against getting any LE res on the belt slot because the eventual goal of the build is to equip Headhunter. And obviously Headhunter doesn't have any LE resist, so I didn't feel like rebalancing my rings and all that when I got Headhunter. So I'm going with a belt that doesn't have res, and I think Flow Intended is better than Biscuit's Leash. Although I do have a Biscos here. I do have Biscos here. So the difference is for Biscos, you don't get any attack or cast speed immediately. You need to kill mobs. Which makes picking up loot and backtracking a little bit more awkward. It gives a bit of quantity, but honestly, I don't really notice it. And I just think Flow Untethered is better because with your flasks up and the Flow Untethered having a time buff, you do actually get beyond that 0.15 kind of area cooldown and a little bit of cooldown recovery, which is global by the way, so it works on Castle Crit, which is really nice. Does actually work. So that's why I don't use Biscos, as well as the fact that Biscos is 50 chaos right now, and this is about 30 chaos, so I recommend getting this over Biscos. But anyway, other than that, Assassin's Mark on hit ring, Insanity gloves, everything else is just res, and if you can get damage then cool, if you can't it doesn't really matter. And that's about it. I am attempting to craft a scepter right now for my next build, which hopefully will be the next video, and that's about it. The build, this is pretty much the minimum, so minimum being you need Watcher's Eye, preferably the Grand Spectrum jewels as well. They're not very expensive, they're only like a few chaos each, and you want 3 of them of course. And then Pure Talent gives you more crit and more status attributes and stuff, which you really do need on this build. It's quite hard to meet the requirement of cost breeze. And this kind of tree, I had to grab the 30 node here, and to grab this node here, connecting Scion, which gives us 25 more attributes, and things like that to pick it up. But yeah, that's the build. Not too bad. 500-ish chaos can get you the minimum setup, I think. Being Assassin's Mark on hit, Essence Worm, 5 incoming, Cost Breeze, Horror Helm. Everything else is pretty irrelevant because it's really cheap, and the Watcher's Eye, and all the other jewels and all that kind of thing. That's pretty much about it. Sorry I haven't been streaming for Christmas and Boxing Day, which was yesterday, because essentially had some things going on in real life, which meant I couldn't really talk, and I don't really feel like streaming when I can't talk. So and also my internet's been really trashy right now, so I'm not even sure I'll be able to stream apart from Exile, though I will be active in game, so if you want to message me in game about any of my builds, you can do that, or join my Discord. Hopefully it'll be linked this time in this video if I remember, but that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.